rough year for movies, it seems. This year didn't have many great standout films. I already did the top 5 best films for the Moisties. And then it hit me, wow, there wasn't a ton of great ones. There was only a few really good ones. Top Gun Maverick is best picture. It was like cheesy blockbuster cookie cutter movie as it gets. Yeah, but it was still just really fucking fun. Like that was the most standard idea of a fun movie I could have imagined, and it was executed perfectly. It's exactly what I think of when I think of going to a movie theater just to be entertained. And I think there's something to be said for that. How is that different from Marvel then? Because Marvel just fucking sucks. Like, Marvel isn't that. Marvel is, I'm going to just eat some bland cereal because I know exactly what I'm getting going into every single goddamn movie. So I go there just to kill time. This is a resub. Aaron, Aesthetic, Tori, and Tier 1 Angus. I'm never overwhelmingly disappointed. I'm never extremely satisfied. It's just I went there, I saw a movie, and I won't ever think about it again. There's very few Marvel movies that really stand out as something that I actually care about anymore. They're all just so samey. Your view on Marvel is my view on DC. Well, DC is no better. It's not like I'm saying DC is better. I don't know why you're putting the two against each other. I feel the same way about DC. Except DC has some like super stinkers like Wonder Woman 1984 and shit. They have some like actual turbo dog shit. At least Marvel's even awful films aren't nearly as bad as DC's awful ones. Thanks the resub. Spicy and Rare Chip and Hanson. And Gabagool. Eternals was such a waste of time. Yeah, it really was. So was Thor Love and Thunder. It's all just been not great. Like this entire phase of Marvel. What's the best of Phase 4? Let me see. I don't remember what all counts as Phase 4. Aren't we in Phase 6 now? Okay, no, we're going into Phase 5. Okay, let's see. Black Widow, probably the worst, or tied for the worst with Eternals. Shang-Chi, the first half was great. I really liked the first half, not the second half. Second half fell right back into the standard generic CGI clusterfuck of formulaic garbage. No Way Home was good straight on. I didn't hate Multiverse of Madness. I actually liked that it went in a weirder direction, but even still, it wasn't amazing. Thor: Love and Thunder absolutely fucking blew, and Wakanda Forever was fine. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. So the best one's definitely No Way Home for Phase 4. Not even close. Thanks, resub Caesar. Resub Nicholas. These are movies. Loki's a show, man. If you want to do shows, WandaVision, I liked the first half, hated the second half. Don't know. I don't know what season 1 is. I don't know what that means. Oh, for this. It's a subsect I didn't notice. Falcon and Winter Soldier bored me to tears, dropped it after 3 episodes. Loki was great, actually really liked that one. Only watched a single episode of What If. Hawkeye bored the shit out of me, dropped it after 3 episodes. Moon Knight absolutely bored the fuck out of me, dropped it after 3 episodes again. Didn't see Miss Marvel, didn't watch I Am Groot. I watched 4 episodes of She-Hulk out of spite, and it fucking sucked, and then I dropped it. Didn't watch Werewolf by Night, and I didn't watch the holiday special. Moon Knight's fine if you're just looking for Power Rangers. That's the impression I got. I got to the point where he's talking to all of the other, like, gods, and they're like, "We won't do this. He's the bad guy, but he's not the bad guy." Like, he's just surrounded by these people having, like, the most awful generic conversation ever, trying to convince them that the moon guy isn't bad and shit. It was terrible. And I also hated how anytime there was about to be some fun action, he'd black out and we just see the aftermath. Really fun. I love that from a goddamn superhero show where the action is just the aftermath. The resub Space, Courage, and Roasted. Yeah, I know there's like some really avid Moon Knight defenders, and I don't know what kind of show you watched, but it certainly wasn't the same one I was watching. Or it must have some kind of incredible glow up post episode 3. Because that shit was actually goofy like a Power Rangers episode. Unless that's what you like about it. You didn't fucking watch it. It is 6 episodes long, which means I watched half of it. Or is Moon Knight 8? Is Moon Knight 6 or 8? Let me see. Well, I don't know what I was expecting here. There's such a short write-up. Is it 6 or 8? It's 6. So I watched half of it. And it fucking sucked. What do you mean you didn't watch it? I hate that mentality. Oh, you only watched half of it. You have to finish the whole thing to know whether or not you can have a real opinion on if it's good. No, man. I watched half of it, and the half I watched was fucking terrible. I'm not going to invest another 3 hours into this garbage. The finale was better. I watched the finale. Like, the final fight. You want to know what happens? He fucking blacks out, and you miss the entire final fight. The final fight is done when you see it. Thanks to resub JMK, and the bit's icy. Resub 2 in the Prime responded. Oh, wait, maybe I watched 4. Which episode is it where they have that one goofy guy with, like, his collection of eccentric items? And then he, like, pulls out a gun at some point and he's like, "You will not touch that eccentric item. It's one of my favorite items." Is that episode 3 or 4? Maybe I watched more than I thought I did. It was 4. Oh, nice. See, I got even further than I thought. Thanks to the gift sub, Lee. No, it was 3. 3 or 4. One of the two then. I thought it was 3. A couple people in chat said it was 4, so I got gaslit. Thanks, Resub Forsaken. Ooh, I do want to see Puss in Boots. That did look fun. What am I expecting from Deadpool 3? I don't know, I like the first two, so I'm hoping it's good. There's a resub Finch in Whale. Wait until Phase 5. Oh, yeah. Phase 5 is when it all really comes together and kills it. It'll be really good, I know. With all of our favorite Eternals, such as... Yep. And then they're teaming up with all of our favorite characters from Thor, Love, and Thunder, who are teaming up with Doctor Strange and Shang-Chi in order to stop Kang the Conqueror. It'll be cool. I do like Kang. He was very cool in Loki. Shame that so far the best thing out of Marvel is a show. Not their massive budget movies that have just been extraordinarily boring. Thanks to Prime Kingbo. Except for No Way Home. Resub Refter. This is my favorite Marvel movie of all time. I don't know, man. It's hard to say. I really liked what Infinity War did. That felt so unbelievably satisfying, having everything come together and then having the balls to end it on such a like sad ending for the fans. I really respected everything about Infinity War. It had so many hiccups, but I really loved that and look back on it so fondly. And then Endgame to me fumbled it really hard because it was basically just a complete breeze. Like there was never any tension in Endgame. Everything just went their way every step of the journey. And I know it's because it was originally supposed to be like a 4-hour movie, just one film, but they divided it into 2. So the second half is obviously Endgame, where they are solving all the problems. But that kind of makes for a shit standalone movie when everything just goes their way. That was my biggest complaint about Endgame. And they also had some really drawn out scenes that I did not care for. Not everything went their way. Yeah, not everything, but the vast majority. There was never a time where I was like, oh, how are they going to solve this? They had the plan going and going correctly the entire time with only a couple of moments of like, uh-oh, this is about to be a tough decision. Like, it wasn't bad by any means, but Infinity War I thought absolutely fucking crushed it. And if they had just committed to the entire bit of doing like that long 3.5-hour movie or whatever, I think it would have been better as a whole package instead of dividing it in 2 and making one fucking amazing one and then one like epilogue almost. Thanks to Prime Feet and resub Savoy, Zed, Lee, and Fresh. Yeah, I'll probably do some Dark and Darker tonight after going through the CoffeeZilla Logan Paul saga. Still might do Summoning Salt too before that, but yeah, I do plan on doing more Dark and Darker tonight since it closes pretty soon. Thanks to the resub, Big Brain and Logan. There's no stakes left in Marvel. Well, that's kind of the impression that I get as well. Like, it just really feels so fucking directionless. And I cannot believe there's another Ant-Man movie coming after how awful Ant-Man and the Wasp was. They should have just sidelined him. Just write him out or something. Don't give him another fucking standalone movie. Christ. I like Ant-Man as a character, but Ant-Man and the Wasp was absolutely miserable. I still think that is the worst Marvel film that they've had since The Incredible Hulk. I think it's worse than Black Widow and the Eternals. Even Thor 2. Yep, even Thor 2. Thanks to the Bits Ghost. Yeah, Dark and Darker's been great. I think it's been a super fun game. Movie wasn't great, but I don't remember being offensively bad. Then you don't remember it. Bro, that whole movie was so stupid. Like, they didn't even use the growing and shrinking power at all in the film, which is like the entire crux of what the trailers would leave you to believe. But the most offensive part is the ending, where literally the good guys and the bad girl, the vibrator girl, like, their goals completely aligned perfectly. They had the exact same goal and yet fought the entire movie despite having the exact same fucking goal and even pretty much the same method of achieving that goal. And for some reason, they were still clashing the entire goddamn movie. And then at the end, they were like, huh, it looks like we do share the same goal. Not true at all. They use shrinking and shit the entire movie. You're misremembering the movie. Then you're focusing on the couple of scenes where they do, such as during that chase and then also during the kitchen fight. Those are the only two notable examples of the shrinking and enlarging. Exit Tier 1 Ace and the resub Dark Shadow, the Prime Yulin and Glock. Yet it still tripled its budget. That's Marvel, baby. That's Marvel. Thanks to the resub Chicago. Ant-Man 3 could be good if it's essentially a Kang movie with Ant-Man in it. Yeah, if they focus entirely on Kang and just forget Ant-Man's there, maybe. Is the resub OP? Tripling the budget doesn't mean shit. Look at Blumhouse. What a weird example. What? A Blumhouse budget's like $2 million, so tripling that is still huge regardless, but take it on a Marvel scale where the budget's $100 million of just production, not even marketing. Tripling that is a ton of money. What are you even talking about?